Right, so you've probably read the title of the video and you're thinking, I've got myself in some shit. Or maybe you feel like you're in some shit and you need to get out of it. Or maybe you just need a bit of motivation or whatnot. So this is it. As in, you're looking online and you're seeing all these guys doing better than you. And you're just like, mate, why are these guys doing better than me? I'm only working a job and all that sort of stuff. When in reality, even if you are 27, even if you are 35, even if you are 40, you're not meant to have your shit fully figured out. You look at the average person that makes £1 million or that creates a business or whatnot. A lot of these business creators, they've done it when they were 50 years old. It's not a matter of case that you need to get your stuff done in your 20s and create your business in the 20s, because that's not true. But some of us may not create a business in our 20s. Some of us may do really well. Some of us may be born into inheritance or not. But there's still 3 fundamental things that we need to all keep in mind to ensure that our later life, for when we retire, for when we get older, is as easy and smooth sailing as possible. And doing this, I actually truly believe, can make you feel that you've kind of unfucked yourself a little bit. Or sometimes you may feel like you're fucked, but really it's all a mental game and you're actually doing really, really well. But you just don't realise, because you look at all these other people and all these other people are doing like ridiculously well, when really you're doing well as well. You're just comparing yourself to the top 0.1% of people. Anyways, rule number 1. No one cares what you have or what you do in your life. Now that goes for what car you drive, the clothes that you wear, what job you do. Nothing. No one cares about it. And the quicker you realise that no one actually gives a fuck about what you look like or what car you drive, the quicker you can start piling and accumulating money, because you're not wasting it on shit. And what I mean by that is, I know a couple of my friends, but people in my school that I went to school and stuff, and that you still have on social media, and they've went and finance a car and whatnot. And there's some people that actually know that have done the exact same thing, and they go and finance a car, and they go put down, but they basically buy a 20 to 30 grand car, and they put down 300 to 400 pound a month for 4 years or for however long. That, my friends, is quite literally the definition of stupid. Now, I just need to take a step back for a second and just take in what I mean by this, right? You could quite literally put away... This gets onto my third point. All these 3 steps fit in perfectly. They tie in really nicely. But what I mean is, right, 400. What you could do so much of £400 a month if you put it in the right places. If you put it in the right places, you could do £400. For £400, you could do so much. And what I mean by you could quite literally become a millionaire from £400 a month if you put it in the right places, and if you do the right research, and if you just dial in. Now I'll go back to this simple point. Giving a shit about what other people think of you is the quickest way you're going to get yourself into some serious financial difficulties. Some serious issues. Serious issues. So stop it. No one gives a fuck about you. As in, no one's looking at you and thinking, wow, he's actually got a nice car and he's actually doing really well for himself. And and just thinking you want a new car because the person that you're going to stop by the red light is going to look over at you and go, whoa, he's doing really well for himself, even though you don't even know him. You don't even know who he is. You don't know what he does. And you don't even care yourself. When was the last time? Can you remember, like 4 years ago, let's say 3 years ago, last year, when you seen a nice car and you thought, whoa, he's doing really well, and it's still stuck in your mind? No, because everyone's got their own life. Everyone's doing their own thing. So just quit it. Stop worrying about what people think of you, and stop worrying about trying to impress people and trying to impress that girl, because even that girl has no clue what even that car is. Mate, you ask a girl, they don't even know what a fucking M5 is. They don't even know what an M5 is. They don't know what an M3 is. Maybe some of them do. Dude, is that really worth it? No, it ain't. So let's just get fucking real. Which then brings me on to number 2. And this is one that I'm actually quite passionate about, because this is something that I've been battling, or I have battled recently and won. And that is, put down your phone. I'll put it quite simply, just put down your phone. Put down those stupid apps, like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Because I tell you one thing, all of these apps have got one thing in common. All of them. They are all designed to keep you on that app for as long as possible. That is literally what the whole app is about. It's an entertainment app. It keeps you engaged. It keeps you focused on your phone for hours on end. It's like that thing, I don't know if they still changed it or not, but on TikTok, they've removed the time at the top of the iPhone. So you don't know how long you've been watching TikToks. So you stay on the app for longer. It's not right. It's not right. And the reason why I say get off the phone and I'm not saying completely trash your phone, throw your phone away. I'm not saying that. I'm saying get off those stupid apps. You're spending hours and hours and hours. The average time for a person to be on the phone is like 5 to 6 hours, which is mental. You don't need to be on your phone for that long. You don't need to be entertained for that long. I understand sometimes you need to take a break and whatnot, but you don't need to be on your phone for too long. You'll be surprised how much time you will have in your day, how much time will just randomly appear in your day when you get off your phone and you save 4 to 5 hours, even 3 hours off your phone. You'll be surprised, fuck, I got all this time now. I'm actually getting a bit bored. That's the whole reason why you're even on your phone in the first place, because you're trying to fill in those moments of where you have nothing to do. So essentially cut down your phone and fill the times with some necessary things. Start doing the hobby that you've always wanted to say, or the that you always wanted to start doing. Start that business that you've had in the back of your mind. Start creating some videos. You've always said you wanted to create some videos, so start creating some videos. You wanted to start reading. You've bought some books, but you haven't touched them. Start doing something, not just sitting on your phone. Once you actually feel like you're doing something that you actually wanted to do and not being consumed by your phone, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. You're not going to have to be watching these videos thinking, how can I unfuck my life and how can I do all this stuff? You just need to start doing the stuff that your body actually really wants you to do. Go out for a run. Even if you don't know how to run, or even if you're shit at running, just go out for a little run. Go out for a little jog. Do something. Not stay on your phone. So that brings me up on the third and final one of what I wanted to talk about today. Now this one, as I said, ties in very nicely with the first one, and then the second one ties in very nicely with the third one, and then the third one ties in with all of them. They all just tie in really, really nicely, which is the main reason why I've created these. So I know probably some people you know, some people you don't, but there's a fact that David Ramsey always talks about, and I love David Ramsey, and it says that your biggest wealth building tool that you have right now is your income. The income that you have coming in right now is the only way you can create wealth later down the line. Maybe not the only way, but it's definitely your biggest tool to creating wealth further down the line. So here's what I want you to start doing. Now this step only works for when you have zero debt. I'm talking you've paid off that stupid car, yeah? You're not paying £400 a month anymore for that car, or for your phone bill. Maybe phone bill, £16 a month, not bad. But if you're paying £60 a month for your phone, get it gone, pay it off. If you're paying for stupid things, no debt. We don't like debt around here, but there is one type of debt that is acceptable, and that is a house debt, mortgage. Now I know that not everyone can pay their house off outright, which is fair enough. Neither can I. And most of us, or some of us, don't live with our parents, so we need a house. So a mortgage is fine. I don't mind a mortgage. But what I do mind is those little monthly costs that then add up and then give you this massive bill at the end of the month, which is just so unnecessary, and you can put your money in much better places. Which is why it brings me on to the third point so nicely. My third point is to start taking some of that money and start putting it in places where it's going to accumulate more and more money. Now this may sound like really daunting, like what? So basically investing? Yeah, it is investing. It is investing at the end of the day. But before you do anything with investing, I'm not going to talk about where to invest your money because I'm not a financial advisor, right? But what I am going to say is now you've got an extra 2 to 3 hours per day because you're no longer on your phone, you're going to substitute that with research. You're going to research some places where you'd like to put your money, where it's a good idea to put your money, where it's safe, depending on your risk level, depending on how much you want to put in and what sort of risk you want to take. You're going to do some research. Now I will say one thing. If you invest your money in the right places, there is absolutely no reason why you couldn't retire by the age of 50. Now you may be saying, Noah, what do you mean 50? What do you mean 50? I don't want to retire by 50. That's ages away. Believe me, retiring at 50 years old in this day and age is young. If you can retire at 50 years old, you have done very well. Very, very, very well. And that's all I'm going to say, right? Put your money where you need to after you've done the research. Buy real things. Don't buy crypto. Don't buy stuff that's not real. Buy real stocks, real commodities. Research before you put your money into anything, and put a little chunk of it away every month. That could be 5 to 10% of your monthly income. Pop it away. And as I said here, I've put down in big capital letters in my notes, do not put money where you know nothing about. That goes without saying. Do not put your money where you don't know where you're putting it. If you know nothing about Amazon stocks, don't invest into Amazon. If you know nothing about oil stocks, don't invest into oil. It's the same, goes for everything. But what could be a good indicator is that if you use Amazon all the time, why would that not be a good company to invest in? If you use a company and you use it yourself that solves your problems, that could be a good company to invest in. But as I said, that is up to your research. That's up to that's your decision. And then that rounds off the video. But I just wanted to just give you a little conclusion down the end. When you have no liability such as cars, and when you are doing the things that you love such as hobbies, starting a business, doing sports, and when you're putting away a decent amount of money away for your retirement, and you see that money building up after a couple years, you're going to feel like you're doing good. And that is basically the most important thing. Because if you feel like you're doing good and you really, really are happy, then that's the main thing. That is quite literally the main thing. And if you're feeling good and you can see that your money's accumulating, you're doing the things that you love, you're no longer sitting around on your phone just sad, and you know you haven't got to pay off a 32 grand car, you can finally sit back and actually relax and enjoy life a little bit and feel like you're not so in the shit. So that's basically it. But it's not a quick thing, it's not a quick fix, but it sure will work. So all the best, guys. Cheers.